Okay, the last video of the series, hopefully, unless I make the subsection of the last one I just talked about. So, here we're going to talk about past girlfriends or past relationships. This shouldn't be too long because I've already kind of talked about all my exes and the why I prefer to be single series. So I'm just kind of summarize everything as quickly as I can. But then again, the video's probably still like 10 minutes just because I just like the idea of having at least 10 minutes worth of content so you don't feel like you sat there for 5 seconds for nothing. And also, I feel like I'm funnier in 10 minutes than I am in 5, but I could be completely wrong about that. I have no idea. So, to the video at hand. So, past relationships. Just to kind of go to a quick summation of them all, I'll just kind of go to how they start and why they ended. Since I figured that's the only thing that really matters. In middle school, that relationship started because of an outside person, as in her friend, is the reason me and her got together. But there was no commonality, no interest between me and her prior to getting together, and no prior or any interest after we got together. So I didn't care about the relationship. Plus, at the time, I still had very little faith in relationships due to my parents' divorce. So I didn't care. So that ended very quickly in like less than an hour. Second relationship, that was in high school. So basically, it was a misunderstanding between me and this chick who she asked me a question I was not expecting, her asking me would I date her? And I didn't think she was literally asking, so I was a little bit thrown off by this. I was like, no girls ever asked me this. I don't know how to feel. Don't know how to respond. So, but apparently she was serious and she thought I rejected her. So later on, I said as a joke when she said she saw me someday rich married to some white girl, I was like, not necessarily true. I mean, if you gave me a second chance, I would date you. Which she took as me literally asking her out, which was not my intention. But after a year of basically not dating, not kissing, not hanging out, basically very little to no interaction, even with me asking her to let me know when she had time so I can maybe set up a date, never did that. So I was like, well, this is a pointless relationship. I'm surprised you haven't just said, Devin, are we really dating? Which I want to ask, which I almost kind of wanted to say to her, like, was our relationship real? But every time I try to message her, she never responds. I may, yeah, hopefully if I remember and feel like it, I will put examples right here about what I'm talking about. If I don't, oh well, then I just stood there like an idiot for nothing. But anyway, hopefully future Devin's like, okay, I'll edit this and put that in there. But if I don't, oh well. Then after her, there was a girl that my best friend told me I should pursue, which was pointless. But I pursued as requested, and that's technically the first one I consciously asked out, you can say. No, technically it's the second one I consciously asked out, because he told me to ask out a crush of mine, which I already knew her answer was no, but just to get him to shut up, I did it. But yeah, after pursuing her, then that was a pointless relationship, because after a very short period of time, I realized, wow, we were not compatible at all romantically. Like, this is a no-no. And it was funny because my best friend, he was like, y'all should break up for a weekend for I can, hook up with her or do stuff or whatever. And I was like, oh, if you're patient enough, trust me, she'll dump me. I feel it in my soul. Like, she's not staying. And I felt a little bad because me being me, I didn't want it to end, but at the same time, I didn't really want to keep it going. So I'm over here trying to keep it going, but at the same time, part of me is like, oh, I want this relationship to end so badly. And it became very apparent when she wanted to break up with me, so I was pressuring her to break up with me without actually saying it. It's like, if you have bad news, say it. If you have bad news, say it. If you have bad news, freaking say it, lady. It was funny because I was at I don't think I mentioned this in my preferred single segment, but I was in a club called Beta Club, and we was off this little convention thing in Atlanta. And at the end of the little competition, academic competition thing, we had like a little fun little dance night thing. And me being me, I was like, if I'm single, I can dance with any females I want. Granted, that wasn't my intention, but this is just in case. I don't want to be caught cheating. Like, I've seen way too many movies and TV shows. People caught record, put it on YouTube or Snapchat or whatever type of social media and Facebook, and she sees and she's like, oh, so you cheated on me. It's like, no. I was dancing. It was innocent. I didn't want to get caught like that. So, and since I already knew she wanted to break up with me, I was like, if you have bad news, say it. If you have bad news, say it. I'm over here texting her this like multiple times. If you have bad news, say it. If I can find the text, I will show it because it's on my old phone and I have my old phone somewhere in this room. But, and then she eventually was like, yeah, I want to break up. I was like, okay, it's fine. Yay, I'm off the freaking hook. Of course, nothing happened that night. I did happen to get a female's number, not by my own fruition. A friend of mine got me her number, a different female number, but nothing happened between me and that female either, so that doesn't even matter. So, but yeah, so I felt good. It's like, thank God I'm free. Free at last. And then after that, I ended up with another relationship where the girl asked me out. And the reason things ended there, in my opinion, is because she is a bit of a sex addict. Maybe not as much as she used to be, but I do know she has admitted and told me how much she enjoys having sex. So, and me being me, I said I prefer to wait till marriage before sex. And even if I did give it up early, I would prefer to be in love. Just saying. So that was not happening. And so she dumped me. That way she can go have sex with whomever she wants without cheating, which I appreciate 100%. Then after her, I ended up dating, we'll just call her Darling for the sake of the video, which I may make a subsection about her just because that was my longest relationship and the only one I honestly had full-on intentions on marrying. So, but unfortunately, even though things started between me and her, it basically started with us having mutual friends, hanging out. I was pointing out how she was being the prime example of a good, quiet, innocent human being, because another friend of ours was being a bit irrational and loud. And then for whatever reason, us spending, I guess, being in each other's inner circle, having mutual friends, she finally decided to talk to me. And I like to call it interviewing me for the position of her boyfriend with a bunch of freaking questions. And we ended up together. And then after, when we had 39 days away from the 2-year mark, so close to 2 years, she dumped me. So I'll call that a religious misunderstanding. That's what I'm gonna call it. So we ended up breaking up too. And after that, I was like, well, see, this is the way my life is supposed to be. I'm supposed to be single. And then in college, that changed once again. I ended up in a relationship with a girl who didn't have much time for me, which was funny because I asked for her number, pursuing it for friendship, honestly. This is 100% honest. Yes, I thought she was cute. Yes, I thought she was awesome. But I was not looking for a relationship. But then she asks, so what are we? I'm like, chick, we've done one project together in this class. I asked for your number once. This is like our first or second, I think this was our first freaking texting conversation. And she's like, what are we? I'm like, I was pursuing a friendship, but if you want to date, we can. And then we ended up together. I'm just like, that was not the result I was expecting, but okay. I was expecting you to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we could be friends, but that's not what happened. I'm like, okay. Don't know what in your head said, this guy seems pretty cool, why not date him? But anyway, so the reason we ended up breaking up, mainly I say, is because of me. She didn't have a lot of time for me, and me being me, I was like, do you even have time for a boyfriend? I asked her this after like a few months of being together. I just asked her that randomly, like, do you even have time for being in a relationship or for a boyfriend? And she's like, yeah, that's a good question. Let me get back to you on that. And then like maybe an hour later, she texted me, yeah, we should break up. I was like, I'm just slick like that. I don't have to even say, let's break up for a relationship to end. I can just manipulate the situation. I love that. I know that's a bit messed up, but it's just kind of cool. I never had to really dump a female. It's just nice. It's a beautiful feeling knowing, like, so in the grander scheme of things, if they were asked to get back together, it's like, well, I don't know how well you think this is gonna work out, but you're the one who dumped me, sweetheart. Which, by the way, out of all the females I've dated, 3 of them technically we did get back together. All 3 technically are kind of funny stories. The sex addict, she wanted to get back together, but that lasted like a week before she realized that, yeah, this isn't what I want for the second time. Though Miss Darling, who was almost 2 years, we got back together for like maybe a week or a month or something like that, before she realized, yeah, I'm sorry, the religious difference is still bugging me mentally, I can't. So we ended up breaking up again. And then Miss freaking not have any time for me in college. That relationship lasted less than 24 hours when we got back together. I thought that was the most hilarious thing. She was like, I kind of miss this, you know? I'm like, miss what, chick? We weren't even together that much. We went on like 2 dates. We saw a movie together and we spent 4th of July together. That's it. There's nothing to miss here, trust me. Like, we held hands. That's the most physical contact. And when I tried to kiss you, you said you don't do PDA. Which I'm like, we hold hands. Well, no, she said she don't kiss in public. Which I'm like, didn't you say I was your first boyfriend? So no, you don't kiss in public. I'm your first boyfriend. So. But me being me, I was like, okay, whatever. So then less than 24 hours after saying that she wanted to get back together, less than 24 hours the next day she broke up with me. And I thought that was hilarious. And 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. My best friend was interrupting me. So really much I'm wrapped up. I just wanted to say the outro because it's not really much more to say other than based on past relationships, they always failed. So again, this is why I should stay single because it's just a waste of my time, waste of their time, waste of my money. And it's just not worth all the effort, especially when you make a lot of plans and things. But yeah, so there might be 2 extra subsections of the conversations. One me talking more about darling, and one, whatever the heck the other topic was supposed to be, I completely forgot now. He threw off my train of thought. But anyway, if you enjoyed, I'm glad. And if the other 2 get made, I will make a video just point out that they're existing, I guess, and maybe make a joke or 2 just so it won't be a complete waste of time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If not, oh well, that's your own fault. You didn't have to watch the video. That was completely up to you. Free will, my friend. So peace out.